Hey guys, what's up? Brass Sprocket coming at you with another video, the long-awaited sequel to the Crayon food review. This time we're going to be comparing Crayola name brand crayons to a no-name brand from Walmart. Let's dive in. As you guys can see, we've got the crayons lined up all nicely. The no-name Walmart crayons on the left side here, and the Crayola crayons on the right side here. Now, these Walmart brand crayons ran me 77 cents, and the 24 pack of the Crayola crayons ran me $1.97. So now the question is does that extra $1.20 equate to a lot better flavor, or is it just not worth your money and you should be buying the no-name ones? That's what we're here to find out. Now, off the bat, as you can see, the Crayola crayons have a wider range to their colors, whereas the no-name ones are just slightly different from each other. So I'm kind of disappointed by that. I do like Crayola's broader palette that they offer. Is it better? Well, we'll see, I guess. Now, since the contents of the two separate packs are slightly different in color, there's not always going to be a direct color comparison, but I'll try to, when I can, show a color to its exact match in the other. So let's begin off with the whites. So as you can see, on the left here we have the knockoff, and on the right here we have the Crayola. Manufacturing quality is definitely better on the Crayola. It's got a lot smoother of lines, it's less banged up, but again, that's not necessarily something that translates to flavor. Now, to give it the benefit of the doubt, we're going to be starting with the non-name brand crayons. So, let's dig in. Very powdery. Very reminiscent of the original white I tried, and if you guys might remember, I did not care for that one. Okay, Crayola time. That's a lot smoother. It's got a nice chewy texture to it. It's not just dissolving into a powder like the other white was. Overall there, I'd say Crayola was better. Is that always going to be the case? Maybe. Who knows? So now that we've done the white, let's go to the other end of the spectrum and get the blacks. Again, starting with the knockoff. Still powdering quite a bit. Not as much. Bit better than the white. Not that great. So let's take a look at the Crayola black now. Yeah, that. It's keeping that smoothness like in the other Crayola. It is way better. I am not having high hopes for the Walmart brand. They just don't seem as good. But the show must go on, as it were, so we'll move on to the reds. Okay, the Walmart brand red. That is very hard. It's not chewing very well. It's powdering a lot more. It's almost as bad as the white was, and whites are usually pretty bad for powdering. I did not like that. Crayola time. Crunchy, not powdery. Once again, Crayola is just winning this. You know, I'm thinking there's a reason why you pay that extra $1.20 for a 24 pack. That $1.20 gets you a lot extra quality. Let's go green next. You know, green like a summer's day, which it is very much not. Knockoff. The green's getting a bit less of the powdering that the others had going on. Still has a bit of it. Not very great, but it's acceptable. It's okay. And so I'm gonna guess this is gonna be way better. This one's got a nice mix of chewiness and a powderiness. It begins to powder, but then it gums up and becomes super chewy and mushy. Again, point to the Crayola. They are knocking it out of the park. So let's go on to a fan favorite next, and that is the Red Violet, which the knockoff Walmart brand doesn't quite have a Red Violet, but this is probably about as close as we're gonna get. So let's start with the knockoff. Okay, knockoff first. You would almost think this is a Crayola. Very soft, not very powdery. Got a little bit of a chew to it. Now, Red Violet's always been my favorite flavor, and this knockoff one ain't half bad, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. But I can't imagine that it can compete with Crayola Red Violet, the Cadillac of crayons. A lot different than the original Red Violet I tried from Crayola. This one's got a little more of a snap to it, a little bit of a kick, a little bit of a oof. Pretty alright. Okay, so next color, let's go for the grays. As you can see, the Crayola and the Walmart brand have a very different shade of gray. It's a lot darker in the knockoff brand. Now, I think that's going to translate to, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more powdery than the Crayola one's going to be, which, I mean, isn't saying much considering that's pretty much how they've been always. Yeah, so let's dive in. Knockoff. Ooh. This is another smooth knockoff. It is very powdery, but it's smooth. You know, that's a snacking crayon. Sitting that munching all day long. Crayola. That's interesting. So, in a stark contrast to the Walmart brand crayon, the Crayola crayon is very, like, the knockoff was very smooth and powdery. This one is very snappy and chewy. Very interesting. Let's hit the pinks next. Knockoff pink, Crayola pink. Once again, picking up some smoothness. I am impressed at just how smooth these Walmart brand crayons can be. Not too powdery either. That is a nice crunch. This Crayola goes from a crunch to a smooth chew. Very, very nice. Um, what's next? Let's go for, do we do a brown already? No, so the Crayola brand only has one brown, whereas the Walmart brand came with two. So I'm going to take that to mean you want to mix your browns and get a nice melodic combined flavor. Both very similar, very smooth. No powder whatsoever. Those are some nice browns. I don't know if the Crayola is going to compare. We'll have to see, I guess. It's pretty smooth too. I think the Walmart brand Swirl Brown is a little bit better, but Crayola is still pretty solid. Which, I mean, come on, that's what you expect from Crayola. They're Crayola after all. So let's hit a blue next. Let's start with a very dark blue, bordering on purple blues. Now, looking at them, the Walmart brand is a lot lighter of a blue. The Crayola is a very, very dark navy, whereas the Walmart brand isn't. It's definitely a navy, but a light navy. Very crunchy, very powdery. You know, it's all right, but it's personally not what I care for. So let's see how the Crayola does. Still pretty crunchy, but not as powdery. I like that one a little bit better. Not one of my favorite flavors, I will say that here and now. Okay, let's hit a yellow. These two will match. Okay, Walmart Crayola. The Walmart one is very crunchy and powdery again, which, as mentioned previously, not a flavor I care for, so I've got some hopes for the Crayola. Crunchy and smooth. Now that's what you look for in a crayon. Nice crunch on your first bite, and after that, it's just... That Crayola's light years better. Okay, now purple. Purple as the color is my favorite color. So, does that necessarily mean it equates to good crayons? Not exactly, but sometimes, so let's start off with the Walmart crayon. Oh, that's got some crunch to her. It's nice, but it does have a little bit more powder than I like. It's okay. I don't know if that's something I'd eat every day, but it's okay. Let's see how the Crayola is. It's just smooth. No crunch, no powder. You bite in and your teeth just sink right in. You know, I think that's so good, I'm going to have to peel it back and go for another bite there. Yep, this might be the reason to buy the Crayola, just this one crayon alone. Now you might be able to pick it up in a smaller pack if you don't care for the rest of the Crayola crayons, but I'm not exactly certain. I didn't check the 12 packs. Okay, I think we're going to do one more and call it quits for the video, because the video is running a little longer than I'd like, and I know you guys have busy lives that you have to get back to, so let's finish this off with the peach, or apricot as it's now being called, or as it used to be called way back in the day, skin color. Although that was considered a little racist, so they stopped that. Walmart brand. Oh, that's very crunchy. Mmm. That is the crunchiest in the pack. You know, if you like a crunchy crayon, Walmart brand peach or apricot, whatever you want to call it, pretty solid choice. Now, does that mean that the Crayola one is going to be crunchy? Let's see. Oh, got a little crunch, a lot of powder, but very soft and smooth. It's, again, I don't like the powder, but this one's okay. The smoothness kind of makes up for it. So, in closing, which is better, Crayola or the Walmart brand? Now, that's going to come down to a bit of personal preference. Do you like a crunchier crayon with more powder, or do you like a softer crayon? If you like the crunchier and more powdery crayon, the Walmart brand's going to be your way to go. But now, I personally much rather prefer the nice, smooth, soft, non-powdery chewiness of the Crayolas, so 9 times out of 10 when I'm grabbing for some crayons, I'm going to reach for some Crayola, especially because of this purple. It is just great. What a wonderful crayon. But this has been Brass Sprocket. Until next time, see you later.